Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us on this glorious Sunday and we are ready for a craft class. These are absolutely brilliant, these classes, particularly if you are brand new to crafting or to a particular style of craft, let's just say. We break things down, strip it right back and we take things back to basics for you. And today we're going to be focusing on boxes, dimensional dies if you like, big boxes, small boxes, decorative boxes, faceted boxes, oh, you name a box, we've got it on the show and we've got some absolutely brilliant deals for you. And the one we're going to be focusing on at the top of the show is a brilliant kit because, as I say, this craft class is all about kind of teaching you how to do these different crafts, and this particular kit that we've got is a starter kit for your dimensional dies. More on that to come in just a few moments time, but I always think when we have a craft class, there's one lady I have in my mind who we need to take us through. She is the head teacher of Crafters TV. It is the lovely Jan. How are you? I feel like I've not seen you in ages.
I'm fine, thank you, Ben. Yeah, I'm honestly thrilled to be back, and I've got boxes galore. Honestly, I've got hands full of them here. So yeah, it's literally all about the 3D construction today. So we've got the faceted gift boxes, we've got the infinity box, we've got the double-sided boxes, I've got sort of pop-up boxes, you name it. And then in the kit that we've put together as a starter kit, if you're new to it today, I'm going to go right back to basics and I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous little ornate gift box. So that's where we're going to start in a little while, Ben. Yeah?
Fantastic. Yeah, and that is from the starter kit that we've got, but also on the show, get ahead, because we've got all sorts of the different boxes. We've got people shopping ahead on the web already, but this is where we're starting, as Jan just pointed out, and this is brilliant really if you are new to making your boxes, the dimensional die starter kit, with everything that you need really to pop yourself together a gorgeous ornate box. £25 or $35 is the deal on this, saving 25% today, and of course if you're a platinum member you can take another 20% off that, bringing that down to £20 or $28. And just a quick, well, you can see most of it there, but just a quick little look, you've got everything that you need to be able to put your ornate favour box together. So you've got your template and all of those decorative dies, which is going to allow you to construct the actual box itself. We're then also giving you your adhesives, your red liner tape, you've got your glue and your glue tape pen, and of course you'll want some cardstock in there too. We've got the gorgeous baby blue cardstock. That is 10 sheets you're going to be getting of that, and you've also got in the Centura Pearl the Snow White Hint of Gold, 10 sheets of that included too. So it's a brilliant place to start if you're brand new to it. Get this in your basket today and you can get creating these gorgeous boxes. As always, straight from the top with the craft class, let me tell you, you can get in touch with us if there's any questions that you want to ask, anything you want to throw our way, do get in touch with us on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Leave those comments, leave those questions. And if you've already started constructing, of course, and making all of these different boxes, let us know which products you've been using and let us know why you love them so much. And then we can share that with everybody else over the course of this show as well. We've got some fantastic deals coming up. But let's get started with this starter kit. And as I said, if you're looking for a show where you're going to be taught step by step, Jan is the lady to do that for you. And we're going to start off with this kit, aren't we, Jan?
We are. I've got it here, Ben. Yeah, I've got all the components and we've put this together so that if you are just starting out on your journey in construction, then we've put something together. You've got a little bit of everything that you need in order to make that gorgeous little gift box there. Now I'm going to make it in the colourways that we've got in the kit. So we've got some of our beautiful white Centura Pearl and then we've got the baby blue as well. Gorgeous. So I'm going to make this box in those colours just to show you how it works. And what we've done more recently with the box kits is we've taken some of the metal out of them to make them more affordable for you. So I'm just going to pop the cardstock to one side and show you what you actually get in here. We've started putting Mylar templates in here for you to actually draw around to make the sort of base structure of the box, which is actually a better sort of way of doing it, because if this was all metal, we would have to charge you a lot more money for the metal. So you actually get, oh man, stuck to the, there we go. You actually get some metal elements. So this is the decorative panels, and not just one piece that you have to cut 4 times for each side of your box. We've given you all 4 sections so that you can pass them all through at once if that's what you wish to do. But by taking out that main concept die, it's allowed us to do this, because this bit's easy to just draw around and cut out.
Yes.
So that's literally what we're going to do. I've taken a piece of my white Centura pearl there, and I love working with this. It's got that gorgeous shimmer on it, and this one's the hint of gold.
Yes.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that on the back. I'm just going to take my pencil and literally draw around it. So because I've got a couple of straight sides to start with, I may as well pop those in the corner there so that I don't have to cut. Not that I'm lazy or anything, but why cut if you don't have to?
It's a Sunday after all,
yeah,
you know.
Why cut if you don't have
difficult?
to? So you can just about see that on there. And then literally all I'm going to do is take my pencil and draw around that outside edge. That's going to be my cutting line around the outside edge there. And then you've also got some lines inside your stencil. And I'm also going to trace those in as well once I've gone around the perimeter of this piece. So literally just going all the way around here so that I've got a guide to cut. And then on the inside, all the lines that are contained inside your template. So you can see we've got them across the top, across the bottom, down the sides, and then these little V-shaped ones. All right, these are going to be your score lines. So again, I'm just going to mark them in really lightly. Is my pencil a little bit thick? Yeah, just push it through there. I've got one that I've cut out anyway. But yeah, the idea is that you want a guide as to where you're actually going to score. And then you'll need to take your scoreboard and we'll pop some of these score lines in just to show you. I think I could have done with sharpening my pencil. That's the only thing I haven't done. And it's only just fitting through the stencil, but you'll get the idea.
Just whilst you're drawing through the stencil there, lots of hellos, lots of people already jumping in and saying good morning. Felicia's in from Toledo, Ohio. Hi Lynn, she says hi Ben, Jan, the CTV team and everyone. Crafty Angie says good morning from California. Barbara is in from Portage, Indiana. Georgianne Curley says, hi Ben and Jan from Clearwater, Florida. Love these demonstrations from Jan. Ellen is in and Teresa from sunny Long Island. Lots of love coming for box making today, which is rather good, seeing as you're going to be seeing a lot of that over the course of the next couple of hours.
So what I've done is I've taken my Scoremaster, so any of your scoreboards, you're working on an A4 piece of cardstock, so as long as it will accommodate that, you're good to go. Now you've heard us talk about popping the line down the centre of these with a marker pen. It comes in great for this. Because obviously I'm not measuring a certain sort of distance from where we normally work from, I want to work with the lines. So all I'm going to do is use that top of that black line there. And then if I just touch this up a little bit, I'm going to line the other one up with the bottom of it here. And then literally I can pop my score line all the way along here. And this is going to be sort of the base of the box. So I just want to reinforce that line in there. And we've got glue tabs here. And then this will be the piece that closes onto the bottom edge of the box, all right? And then I'm going to slide it along and I'm going to do the same. So I'm using that black line to line it up. And again, there should be a line here. It says, say my pencil could have done with being a wee bit sharper, I think. And then literally bring this one down as well. Okay, so that's going to be the top edge of the box. And then if we flip it round, we've got these vertical lines which are going to create the sides. So again, I'm just going to line up my edge piece here, take it up through there, and I know that I'm working on this line. Now I'm going to come right from the top because this is going to be cut away anyway. So literally just down to that score line that I created on the base. And then again, move it along. And I'm going to do the same. I'm just eyeballing where that sits there. And then again, bring it down to that score line across the base. And then again, I'm going to do that last one on there. And then we've got one just to make your little glue tab on the edge there. So that's nice and straightforward so far. Okay, and then you've got these diagonal ones which are going to create this. I love the finish on this. If you can just see, it's got like these little tiny semicircular flaps at the top. So that's what creates these. Now you can do them on your scoreboard with a little bit of turning backwards and forwards, but I actually found it was better to use a ruler, and I was just having a quick look and I seem to be missing, oh, it's there, it's hiding in plain sight. Got it.
Well, you found that quite quickly, because normally all the stuff behind there just gets shuffled from one side to the other. So yeah, you've done well there.
So you want something that's got a little bit of give in it, and I tend to use my stamping mat. It works great for this, because if you try and do it on a hard surface, you're not going to get that sort of allowing the score tool to do the job. So I tend to work on my mat so they've got a little bit of give. So I'm literally going to go from the corner where this sort of piece is going to form the side of the box. I'm going to line it up with that line that I drew, and again just gently pop a score line right to the top edge of that curve there. And then I tend to do all the ones that are facing that way. So now that I'm in the cross here where that line's come up and across, in that middle piece there, line it up and take it to the top edge. So I tend to do all the ones facing this way.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll going down that way, and then I'll turn the cardstock and I'll do it same down the other side.
I tell you what, there's a lot of love coming in for this kit as well. What a great starter kit, says Amy Smithson McDonald on Facebook. It really is, and it's so affordable for you as well. £20 or $28 if you're a Platinum member. It's brilliant because you've got everything that you need here. And of course, the great thing about this particular show is that you can watch this back on YouTube. So you've even got everything that you need and a tutorial for you as well. So once you get all the goodies home, you can craft along with Jan as well, which is marvellous.
And the other thing that I didn't mention, Ben, is if you actually prefer written instructions, this actually comes in the kit.
Yeah.
So you get a little page here with literally, it's got all these steps on it to do what we're doing here. So I've started out drawing around the stencil, including the score lines, and then it's asking you to score on all the score lines and then cut it out. And then it gives you everything you need to know to stick it together on there. So you've got that, you've got us if you prefer the visual, so you've got everything you need there. So we've done with that mat now, and if I turn this over now, you'll be able to see on there those score lines much better on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the pencil line as an outside line and cut it all out. So if you imagine I've taken my scissors, Edward Scissorhands, off you go, and here we go. There. Just like that. You never even heard the scissors go there, did you?
No, super quick, seriously.
So I've literally taken it out and I've put my score lines in and fold. So wherever you've got a score line, you're now literally going to fold. And you know I like to give them a good burnish. It teaches the cardstock what you want it to do.
Exactly.
So
right.
all those vertical lines are going to be your sides of your box. I'd actually done that one to fit it in my packet. Okay. And then you've created that little glue tab on one edge. So these are going to stick together eventually, okay? And then along the bottom, we're going to fold all those little glue tabs in.
Yeah.
Okay. And then again, wherever you fold, give it a little burnish with your bone tool. And then again, the top ones, you've got a score line all the way across the top. So again, we're going to fold those down, and I tend to do these all together. It's all the same score line, so fold them all down, fold it in place.
And I know you get the card with this kit, but a few people just talking about card weights for construction on the comments again. So what sort of card weight would you use from if you were
I would sort of be looking at about 250 upwards, I think. You want something that's going to withstand all the scoring and the folding and the handling. And, you know, if you're going to put a little gift in here before you stick it together, it wants to be something that's a decent weight, obviously. If you're using a slightly lighter weight, what I would do is cut, and this is not part of the kit, but if you measure the base of the box and cut a square that's just slightly smaller, you can stick that inside to reinforce the base.
Okay.
So if you're wanting to put maybe a nice little gift candle or something in it, it's a bit heavier, you know that it's going to be safe underneath. And that's why we've given you the choice of all those glues. We've got high-tack red line tape, which sticks. I've stuck my shoes together with this before, it's that good.
What?
Honestly,
Just
you
what?
know, once when I was working in school, the heel came off my shoe while I was at school. Not off completely, you know, when it's sort of...
flaps.
And like you do, have some of this in my bag at all times, and literally put that round the heel of the shoe and stuck it back together, and it stayed like that for ages.
That is brilliant.
That's how good it is.
Not great, also great for craft, but great for fixing your shoes.
We've also put the double-sided tape runner in there, which again is excellent.
Yeah.
It's really strong double-sided tape. Or if you prefer to work with the wet glue, we've put the Collal in there, which again, for working with cardstock, this again creates a nice firm sort of, when it's dried, you get an almost like a, we refer to it as rubber cement because you get that really hard sort of adhesion with it. So we've put all three of those in there, not necessarily because you will need all three, but try them and you'll find that people either like to work with wet glue or they prefer to work with the tape runner. It's usually one of the other, and just have a go with them and see. So we've got all our score lines apart from the diagonal ones, and what I want you to do with the diagonal ones is actually bring them back on the self. So all the other lines we folded away from ourselves and created what we call a mounting fold. On these little diagonal ones for the top part of the box where the closure is, I want you to bring them back. And this creates what we tend to refer to as a valley because you've got that dip in the middle. So all these are going to come back on the self like so. I'm not too worried about burnishing those in because they're actually going to form a closure for the box. So I'm just nipping that with my finger and thumb just to give the cardstock an idea as to what I want to do with it. So next on your instructions then, it will ask you to think about where you want to put your glue. But I always prefer, if you see me making boxes before, I always prefer to decorate them while they're flat. I find it easier to stick things on while it's flat than it is when you've got sort of like a hollow middle inside it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some of these dies now, and what we've got on here, these come in two parts. So you've got four, all the same. They're all the same design in this one, which will allow you to cut all four panels in one go. Now you've got choices. We've got the cutting edge, which will give you a plain mat if you so wish. And we've got the ornate part that doesn't have a cutting edge. And I love it when they do this because it's giving you choices. So this piece on its own will cut into your cardstock and you will have that lovely intricate design inside the card. So for example, if you wanted to put a tea light inside it, then you've got the facility for that light to shine through. If you want it to be a separate piece, which is what I'm going to do today, I'm going to cut them both together to create me a matten layer that's exactly the right size to fit on here with all that beautiful detail in. So let's pop that, and I'm going to use that contrast. We put the baby blue in here, so I'm going to use that contrasting colour, and I've just got a scrap because I've done 3 of them already. And I've just kept a scrap of it just so that we can pop these together. Now, if you're new to using dies and you're not confident about using them together, cut your mat out first and then pop this one inside it. But obviously, I'm used to using this, so for speed, I'm going to use them both together. And you'll find that there's about at least 1 millimetre gap all the way round. And as long as they're not touching each other, they're safe to cut together. So I can actually get my pokey tool in there all the way and it's clear of that outside die. You don't want them overlapping in any way. So I've just popped a little bit of tape to secure them in place, and then I'm literally just going to pop this through my Gemini. It will go through your Mini and any of the machines upwards on this one. So to cut them singularly, you'd be fine with the Mini. If you're wanting to cut all 4 of them, I think you'd probably need the larger plate if you were doing all 4 at once. You might fit 2, maybe 3 on here, but I think you'd be struggling to fit all 4. But I've already done the others, so we're just going to pop that cutting sandwich together, and I've got my junior plates that I'm going to pop through the large Gemini.
Mama Cass is watching, currently building a large storage unit and owns several of the box building die sets. I love them. There's loads of love for these. Alicia just saying good morning and greetings from Arkansas. Jan and Ben, I have the box dies. I'm so glad I chimed in. Thank you both so much for what you do. This, as we said, is a perfect starter kit, but we'll show you in just a few moments' time all of the other box kits that we've got on the show because they're just so handy, Jan, these, aren't they?
They are.
For all sorts.
And I always think boxes are something that that you pay a fortune
Yeah,
for
you
in
do.
the shops.
Yeah.
It's sort of, I don't know why, they think they've got free license to just charge you a fortune.
Absolutely.
And you always, excuse me, they always end up, I don't know, when I've gone for something, I've got a sort of an idea in mind or a colour scheme that I want and I can never find it.
Yeah.
So you usually buy something that's the next best thing. Whereas when you've got these to make, once you get the hang of it, then they are quite quick to put together and you can make them in any colour scheme, depending on what, you know, if you've got particular, I don't know, say a red candle that you want to gift, you can make the box in the same colours to match. Now, I've got my die brush at the ready to take the pieces out, but if you have a little look at this, you can see that every single piece has come out of there when I've taken it out of the die. So I'll use the die brush to actually clean the die out afterwards. All right, so this is going to be my piece and it's exactly the right size now to just fit on the side of that box. And I've done 3 more exactly the same and just run them through my sticky machine. Okay, so this one, because I haven't got any sticky on it, I'm going to go to my dotty glue pen, which we haven't put in the kit, but I know a lot of you have got this alongside the double-sided one as well. Great for anything that's got this sort of intricate open die cut on the back of it. It's magic. Magic in a tape runner. You run it across there and there's absolutely nothing. No adhesive on my mat at all. It's just literally gone on here.
Yeah, the first time I used that with my daughter doing a bit of crafting, she was exactly the same. She was like, where's all the glue? I was like, magic.
Brilliant.
That's what it is. It's the magic glue fairies.
And just because I want it to, you know, to stay in place around, because it's got a decent line around that outside, I'm just going to pop a little bit of wet glue. And I have actually got my little glue applicator because it's just got a fine tip just to go around that outside on that one, and we'll use that one on one panel. And then I've got the others I've already got sticky on from the machine.
Tell you what, great choice of colours in the cardstock we've given in this
isn't
kit
it
as
pretty?
well, isn't it? Yeah, I love the hint of gold and then the
Do you know, I love
the
the centre of the white with the hint of gold and silver in. So let me just pop that back in there so that I don't lose the, she says, there we go, we found it. And then literally the rest of them I've just used through the sticky machine to make them already sticky. So they're all the same. You know, you could go, if you wanted to go along the rainbow theme, you could do all 4 sides in a different colour.
Yeah.
And as I say, if you just use this element on its own, it would cut this design into your panel. So all 4 panels done like that and then a little tea light inside would make a great gift as well.
Absolutely.
So again, we're just going to stick these down and then we need to decide what adhesive we're going to use to pop it together. Now, because we've put the tape runner in the kit, I'm going to use that to adhere mine together. If you prefer, you've got the red line tape there, and we've chosen the 12mm one, which is just the right size for the tab. So if you wanted to use this one, you could. But just for speed, I'm actually going to use my normal double-sided one.
Would you use the red line tape if you were crafting at home then?
I must admit, I do prefer the wet glue at home. You'll get a really strong bond with the wet glue because it soaks into the fibres of the card and you've got a nice finish. Having said that, the double-sided tape in here, Leanne did so much work with the tape runners that you're going to get an equal sort of adhesion with these. So either or, as I say, you tend to find that our crafters fall into an either or category. People either like wet glue or they like the dry foam. So as I say, that's why we've put them in for you to try, see which works best. There's no right or wrong. You decide which one works for you. But what we want to do now is we'll fasten the box together. Okay, so on the end here, the glue tab here, I'm just going to run some double-sided down there. And then all we need to do with this is literally fold one portion in, and then I'm going to fold the other side, and you'll find that because it's all been done and measured, it all lines up there perfectly. And then just give it a little rub to get that glue in place. And you'll find now that you've got the shape of your box coming together. Yep. Yeah. And then we need some glue on the tabs at the bottom. So again, I'm just going to use that tape runner just to pop some down on the tabs there. And then just try not to stick it to my mat while we do that last one. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit, because this one's going to close over them all, I'm just going to put a little bit on the inside of that last piece. And then what we're going to do is literally, I tend to fold the 2 sides in first, and then you'll find that this one will adhere to those 2. It's very, very sticky. All right, and then you can get in from the top and just give it a little push together. And then again, because it's all been done with the template, this just fits beautifully over the top there. And then I tend to go in with something that's long, so your ruler or your bone folder, paintbrush, anything like that, just to get inside and give it a good press down inside there. Excuse me. And then you can see now where we turn those little pieces back, we're literally going to pinch these together
I see.
and stick them to make that top section.
That's fantastic.
Okay, so again, I'm going to go for some wet glue on there, and I'm going to use my Kalal on this one because I've got plain cardstock. I don't always like to use Kalal on my gorgeous pearl side, but on the inside where it's plain, that's okay. All right, and the reason being for that is because this is a solvent glue. Sometimes if you get it on the coated cardstocks, it can actually damage the surface. But just working on a plain cardstock, you're absolutely fine. So again, it depends on whether you want to leave part of it to open or whether you're going to seal it closed. On this instance, just for demo purpose, I'm literally going to seal it closed. So I'm going to go on every alternate one, because this one's going to stick to this one. So I'm sort of gluing one, missing one, gluing one, missing one, glue one, and miss one. And I've probably got way more on there than what I need. So I'm just going to use my finger and just take off the excess, otherwise we'll have the whole thing stuck to me instead of itself. Okay, and then literally push them together, and you'll find that these just marry up again. Because all that work's been done with the template, you can see how they just all fit together. And then if you've got any little clips or little pegs, you can actually just peg those together if you've used a wet glue. Okay, but just holding it a second there gives it time for that to grab. Okay,
that's phenomenal.
I've not actually got any clips with me, so we'll just hold it for a second.
So Bernie didn't leave you any from the earlier show then. She's normally got a few of those quilting clips on her, hasn't she?
But yeah, little clips, or as I say, if you've got any little wooden pegs or anything like that, you can use those. So we just wait, with it being a wet glue, we're just going to hold that for a second just so that it grabs. And then what I've done, just from my stash, I've actually brought some little pearls, and I'm just going to pop one of those in the centre of each of those patterns there, just to give it a little bit of extra embellishment. And again, this is all optional. I know you've all got a stash lying around. If you're anything like me, we're back to that box of gubbins again, Ben.
The box of gubbins. That's where you'll find these bits and pieces.
All them little bits that you've got left over from other projects.
Yeah.
If you find that you've got a little bit that's just protruding there, all I would do is just take my scissors, and it's perhaps where I've not quite folded it straight. Just trim, that side's okay. And then just to finish off, I've got a little bow there, and I've put my my glue gun on earlier, and I'm going to just pop a little bit of hot glue on the back of there, and we'll pop that one in the top there just as a bit of decoration. All right.
That is brilliant.
So you can see there we've got that lovely little gift box, and it wasn't so difficult.
No.
You know, I don't think that would be, as a new crafter, I think that's fairly straightforward. If you've got your die cutting machine, you can do the die. So this was the actual sample that I showed you at the beginning. We've just used a stamp with a little banner there, whatever you've got. You can see the top's gone together the same, and then just doing it in the colourways there that we've got in that kit for you. I love that baby blue colour on the white. It's really, really delicate. Okay, so that's your ornate gift box there.
Absolutely brilliant, and loads of you are loving this as well. It's loving the simplicity of it and the fact that you've got everything that you need to be able to put these together. So, you know, even as a complete starter, this is superb. Love the fact that you've got the template there again. So, you know, reusable, you can come back to it time and time and time again to create these gorgeous little favour boxes. And then, do you know what? Whatever you want to put in them, really. You can decorate them with the dies that you've got there too. And as Jan was saying, yeah, the fact that you can either cut these into the boxes, you've got the ability to create your own mats and layers with these as well, is phenomenal. And then, not only that, we give you the choice of adhesives, so you know, whatever you like working with. It may well be that you are brand new to your crafting again and you're not quite sure which you're going to love the most. Well, that's why we give you the 3 different adhesives within the collection, and then you've got the gorgeous cardstock as well. And what I'd say particularly, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera here, but the hint of gold that you've got on the Snow White is absolutely amazing. I don't think our cameras actually do it justice. When you get this home and see it for yourself up close and personal, you'll see just how beautiful that gold comes through. Sorry, Director Adams just said, I'll take offence to that. He did all the cameras and stuff. I mean, I tell you what, the cameras do a brilliant job. I mean, and if you think it looks great on our brilliant cameras that Adam obviously, set up, then wait till you get it home. I mean, you'll be like, wow, it would look great on those amazing cameras, but now in real life, wow. You're also going to get that gorgeous baby blue included as well. And as Jan was saying, they offset each other absolutely perfectly. So it's a gorgeous bundle. It's a great way to get started.
I just think a little new baby boy gift or something would look beautiful in there, wouldn't it? Yeah,
absolutely.
With that blue.
25 or 35, which is £20 or $28 if you're a platinum member. Now, as we mentioned, this craft class is all about dimensionals, all about building boxes, and these are brilliant double-sided boxes. I'd never seen these double-sided dies before. The Dimensionals double-sided Hexagon box, 4 in here in total, so you've got the ability to make the different size boxes, but these are so clever. Again, it gives you one pass and you've got your base and your top with this, and they're really, really cool. For $14.99 or $19.99, half price deal on these. As I say, I saw them for the first time, I want to say maybe a couple of weeks ago. They certainly weren't at this price that you're seeing today. So $14.99 or $19.99. In the double-sided dies, we've got the other shapes for you as well. So if you want to go for the rectangular, you can do. Again, makes you 2 different sizes for $17.49 or $22.49 on a half price deal. You've also got them in the square as well. 3 different sizes you've got the ability to make here for that price of $19.99 or $24.99. And then the gorgeous triangle box as well. $17.49 or $22.49 is the deal here. Now, again, these deals are ridiculous. If you are somebody who, as I say, just wants to dip your toe in the water with kind of boxes, dimensionals, and you think, I don't want to spend a huge amount of money, take a look at this. These bonbon boxes I've seen on a few shows at the full price, $34.99, almost $40, £10 or $20 today. That bonbon box is brilliant. And again, £8 or $16 if you're a platinum member. You've got all of the different bits and pieces to decorate there as well. And then on top of that, for the same price, we've got the gift carton. Again, £10 or $20 is a brilliant deal, saving $24.99 or $19.95. If we get time in the studio a little bit later on, I'll show you the boxes that you can make with those. But that, again, is a great way to get started if you are new to kind of making these sort of projects. Now, a quarter of the stock of this next deal has already gone, the decorative box dies. There are 273 elements included in here, and I love this collection just simply for the fact that you can make all sorts of different boxes, and the fact that you've got all sorts of different decorations to pop onto your boxes. So basically what you're going to get with this deal are your worker dies, if you like, the ability to be able to make the different size and different types of box. So within this collection, you have got your little picnic box. Again, so all of the metal in there, and then the decoration included as well, which makes your gorgeous little picnic box, which looks a little bit like this. And if you like the decoration on these, by the way, just wait till you see all of the stamps and dies that you're going to get included with this too. Then on top of that, you've got this gorgeous set here, which is your milk carton. I mean, that is just the most fancy looking milk carton I've ever seen. I've never seen a milk carton look so good, to be honest with you. And again, if you're loving all of the decoration as far as that's concerned, all of the stamps and dies are included within this collection. And then on top of that, you've got your little infinity box as well, which is this gorgeous little box just here. Again, all of the decorations that you're seeing are included within this collection. And the stamps and dies that go with it, whilst these have been put together to decorate these boxes, you can use these kind of standalone and on all sorts of different projects as well. So let's flip through these, because you've got within this set, which is your little candy store, 28 items included. So stamps and dies for all of the different decorations. So this is your little lollipops, your little sweets. There's a little gumball machine in there as well, which is really cool. And you can see how these are going to decorate up your boxes for all sorts of different occasions, but also you'll understand how you can use these just to decorate, all sorts of other projects too. Now, on top of that, this is the one you saw just a few moments ago here on your little picnic box, which is your garden. No, this is your home sweet home. So you've got your little picket fence there, you've got your little tree with the apples on, absolutely stunning, and dies and stamps included in that collection to create that. Then you've got your love and roses, a little bit more sort of vintage, if you like, really. I can imagine that would perhaps work quite nicely on the infinity box, but again, lots of stamps and dies included in there to decorate that one up. Next up, your special day. We all love a party, don't we? We certainly do. And this one is bunting. This is presents. This is glasses of Prosecco. It's all about celebrating. And again, 37 individual elements. And don't forget, you've got the dies to be able to cut out the gorgeous stamps. This one here is the sweet cupcake, which is the one that we saw on the infinity box there once again. So plenty of scope for all sorts of different occasions. This one here is the garden shed. This one's producer Johnny's favourite. He got very excited about that just now. But again, this is plant pots and spades and forks and watering cans. Great. It is a little man shed. It's the kind of thing I'm hoping to get. I'm moving house soon, so hoping to have at the bottom of the garden. Man shed / pub. Is what I'm hoping for down the bottom of the garden, which is perfect. So great again for your more sort of manly projects, as you always say we men are difficult to make for. And then you've got your Life's a Beach. So if you've ever fancied having your own beach hut, then you've got it right there in those stamps and dies. And then we're back to the top. And the great thing about this deal is if you go for the full bundle where you get everything that I've just shown you there, you're going to save an extra £5 or an extra $5 off the deal, which is great. But then on top of that, you're also going to get for free your Birthday Paradise collection. That is worth $14.99 or $17.99. That, as a deal, is phenomenal. Look at the saving. Look, just down, just there. Look, a bit more. There. Look at that. Look at the saving. Why has my voice gone so high? Because the saving. It's massive. That price as well there. There, 82 or 111, no one pays that either, do they? Because you're all in Club Inspire, 90% of you are platinum, so that's 65.60, or that one there, 88.80. There we go. Great use of the finger there, Ben. Now, since we've just been chatting, I said a quarter of the stock has gone. A third of the stock has now gone.
Wow.
Great deal. And this is really fun. And what I don't want you to think here as well, you might be thinking, oh, hang on a bit, like starter kit. I mean, I kind of understood that, and this looks a lot more difficult. I wouldn't say that at all. I would just say there's a lot more to this, Dan, isn't there? There's a lot more choice in this particular collection.
I just think this is sort of, the box has almost faded into the background then, because you've got the construction aspect for each box, but having the ability to decorate them with all those stuff. Me personally, I am in my elements with that, because as you know, I love stamping and colouring. So to be able to choose what you want to decorate and literally personalise something for the occasion is just amazing. And all those stamps, you know, just because we show you, for example, a box that's decorated with a certain stamp set, doesn't mean that you can't use that stamp set on the other style box. You know, they all mix and match. You might combine a couple. You might combine sort of the candy store one here with elements from the Happy Birthday set, you know, so they're all interchangeable. So this was the picnic box. So Ben's just shown you a couple. I've got a couple more samples there. Just, I love this one. You know,
That's
I love
cute.
My pink.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, just showing you there. This one's the milk carton. Done totally differently with that candy store theme as opposed to the garden shed.
Love that bubble gum machine.
I know they're great, aren't they?
Yeah.
I actually demoed both of these. I think it was last Saturday. So if you want to see how those go together, if you go back and have a look for last Saturday, I think it was Play Your Crafts Right last Saturday, we did a demo with both of these. So it seemed to make sense to me today to show you the infinity box so that we've got a demo for all of them on there. And this one is particularly interesting, I think, because it's one of those boxes that looks complicated. So as a gift, you've got people thinking, crikey, how have they put that together? But when you see it, actually the principle example of it is so straightforward that once you've understood how it works, you could make these and batch make them. The actual decoration part, what I tend to do is stamp all mine out and then go and sit in my armchair of an evening with the telly on and have a colouring binge. And just, you've either got the dies to cut out the elements. If you like fussy cutting like I do, get your little snips out and just have a ball just cutting everything out. I usually have a little waste paper basket, put all the bits in, and then I've got a stash of stuff ready to decorate. So we're going to go with that one today. So Infinity Box, you get the concept die in here as well as some decorations. So let's just show you what we've actually got in there. So it's one that comes as a single side. So this is the actual piece that we're going to look at as sort of the worker die, and you're going to cut this one 4 times. Now again, you're going to have a visual demo here with me today, but it also comes with your step-by-step instructions again. So if you follow these, it shows you what to cut, how many to cut, and how to stick it together to get the basic box, and then it just says decorate the panels of the box. So you can decorate, you know, that's a personal choice as to what you want to do. So what we need to do then is cut this piece. We want one of these for each side of the 4 sides. So I've already cut 3. I'm just going to cut the other one, and I've just got some plain cardstock for this one because I want the actual decorations to sort of do the speaking.
A lot of people asking with these decorative box dies as well what machine they would need. Do these go through most of our machines?
They will go through your MIDI upwards, this one. These are a little bit wide to fit through the Mini, but certainly from your MIDI through your Gemini Junior up to your big one. If you were doing your Pro, you know, I mean, I know people that buy more than one of things like this so that you can, if you've got a couple of the die sets, then you can cut 2 sides twice. If you've got the Pro, you could do that, you know, in a couple of passes, or even the big Gemini. I'm just going to do the one side. As I say, I've cut the other 3 ready. All right, so I'm just going to pop this one through so that we've got that 4th side, and then show you how it goes together. And the first time you do it, you might think, oh, not sure about this. But once you see how it fits, it's quite clever how it's been designed. So you will end up with 4 pieces that look like so. So we'll just get that 4th one at the ready. And the die puts, you can see it's put the score lines in as well. I haven't had to do this separately. That's actually been done with the die. So if we just take that piece out of there, and we've got that 4th one there. So that was my concept die. And then on there, because you've got all that space, you know that Crafter's Companion wouldn't just leave it empty. You've got a gazillion sort of little embellishments there to play with.
Not quite a gazillion, but you know, a few.
As well as all the stamp sets, if you want to die cut wording, you've got hello on there, you've got the banner, you've got little buttons, loads of flowers, you've got sort of star, all sorts of things, a little tag in there that you can use to decorate your box with if you so wish. And you can use that in conjunction with the stamps, or you can use it alone, whichever you prefer. So on our instructions then, let's go through the instructions. It says die cut the main panel of the box 4 times, which we've done. Step 2, attach the first 2 panels together. So this is the bit that we just need to be careful with. So it shows you on the picture, and I love how it's done them in black and white so that you can see the different pieces. They look good made in 2 different colours actually. So we've actually got what will become the base of the box at the bottom. Let me just move 2 of them out of the way. All right, we've got the base of the box towards the bottom, so the narrow rectangular piece will fold together to become the base. We've got the square piece, which will become one of the sides. And then this piece is going to overlap the next side. And that's as simple as it gets. And then the half circles will become the closure at the top. So what we need to do is actually, and I'm going to use my double-sided tape runner again for this, is pop on the back of that, oh, she says.
Oh.
I'm actually I'd advanced myself.
You
Look,
are
I've
miles ahead of where you were.
Have I done that on all of them?
Seriously, have you?
Oh, 2 haven't, 2 haven't. Right.
Oh no, that one.
Oh, 3 have, yeah.
3.
Yep.
Well,
that's
look
the
at
one
that.
I've just cut. Right, okay, then let's go with that. Well, take that back. We'll put the tape runner's redundant. We've actually got the red line.
I love the fact that you've over-prepped yourself. You didn't even realise.
I prepped these in advance, and it's remembering what I've actually put on and what I haven't. So what you want to do is get them both facing the same way.
Yes.
And then this curved section here is actually going to overlay the piece that's the next square. So I'm going to flip them over so that I can line them up and literally put the square inside that sort of half circle there, well, quarter circle.
Yeah.
So we've literally got that lovely shaped edge is over the top of my square panel. And then we're going to do the same again. So I've got the next one with the tape on at the ready. Okay, so let's just have a look where we got to. So we're going to go again, get them in the same orientation there. We're going to go onto the top of this one. So again, I'm going to flip them over and use the guidelines in here. I'll have to do this one because that's the one without my tape on. Yep. So literally put that, and I'm using the score lines on the inside here to just line up, and you'll find that everything, that score line's all nicely lined up. This lines up with the top here, and we've got that one at the ready. And then piece number 4 is exactly, so once you've done one of them, you're just repeating that along the next 4 lines. So again, if I show you from the front, we've got that orientation that it shows you in the picture with the curved part at the top. Okay, and then all I've done for ease of sticking them is literally turn them all the way over so that I can then use that square corner to line up with the next piece there. Okay, so we've actually got our 4 sides now. Now, just like I did if you were watching at the top of the show, I do prefer to decorate them while they're flat. But what I'm going to do first is just pop those folds into those score lines. Yep. So all the score lines are done with the die. So we've got the upright ones there to form the sides of the box. So just a little fold and a little burnish. And then this one will eventually fit over this one to make your cube shape. Yeah? So I'm going to do that towards the end. And then at the top here, again, we've got folds, score lines across that top edge. So I'm going to put all those 4 down together and just bring this down there. And then at the bottom we've got score lines there to fold in what will be the base of the box. So these will go together to make that square base. Okay, so that's given all those a good burnish. Now then, you've got options with this. You have got different stamp sets. In one of the stamp sets, don't actually have it with me today, but the one that you mentioned with that lovely rose on, Ben.
Oh yeah,
that's actually roses. Got a gorgeous quarter circle shaped stamp in it that you can stamp onto this panel if you so wish.
Yeah. Do you want it?
All right. No, I've actually done some die cutting.
Oh, okay.
I've used that same set. But I've actually die cut some little panels, which you get this gorgeous little scalloped edge on here, and those are cut just to fit nicely in here. So I'm literally going to add like a little bit of contrast, and I've just cut those out and inked around the edge of them just to create that, that sort of contrast there. So again, this time we'll bring the tape pen in this time, so it's not totally redundant.
I was just waiting for you to turn the backs of those over and see that you'd already put adhesive on those as well.
And again, I'm just going to line those up with that gap there. There's just room for them to come in, maybe about 1 millimetre.
This shows you how much work you're doing behind the scenes and how busy you are, that you're doing all these things, you can't even remember that you've done them.
It's like, sometimes, it depends how much time I've got. Sometimes I get more sort of prep than I think. And as I say, they're done quite a bit ahead. So it's like what I did at this time last week, I've slept since then, honestly. I'm working on the next show now. I'm back next week with the mixed media, Ben. I can't wait.
That's you and me, innit?
Oh, yeah.
When is that? What did you say,
Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
I think, yeah.
Oh, that's not me. I'm with you the week after, aren't I?
That's right,
yes,
yeah.
You're with
Becky
yeah,
exciting time. So let me just tell you while I'm sticking these on. So not only have we got mixed media coming back next week, so all of you that love the Cosmic Shimmer products.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're hoping to, we've got all those back in stock for you.
Brilliant.
So if you didn't get them last time, we're going to go through them again with you, and I've got some more projects for you. And then the following week, we're going to do a craft along with those products. I'm so excited. Whoop, whoop. And I've already had a chat with our Ben, and he's up for crafting along with me. So yes, we're going to get messy.
The thing is, Jan, as we were discussing off air, like, because I've done 2 craft alongs with you now, I think it's what the people want.
It is.
Give them what they want. And I think if I don't do a craft along with you, then, they're
going to wonder why not, aren't they?
But also, the more I do them with you, the more crafts that I'm learning, the better a crafter I'm going to get, you see. So that's why I've got to do them. That is Thursday the 29th at 3 o'clock.
Yes.
I've
not decided on the project yet. I've got a couple of things in mind that I want to try.
Will I need an apron?
You might need an apron. We might have to dig you an apron out. It's always worthwhile. We won't want to get that nice new waistcoat messed up.
No, we wouldn't. The new waistcoat, no. Thank you for all the lovely comments about that, by the way.
So this one's actually the decoration set. I've got a sweet cupcake going on, and that's where I've got that panel from that I've just stuck on. You can see that little shape there, that what I've cut these out with. And then you've got all the elements to cut out the actual stamps here. So again, I have had a ball with all my little stamp sets, and I've die cut them, well, I've cut them out, stamped them, and played with all the colours. And you can see here where some of them just show you which ones are which. I've got a whole sheet full of them. I just went mad with them.
Oh, yes,
and what I tend to do is stamp out loads of them.
Yeah.
Sit and colour them of an evening.
Yeah.
If you've got too many for your project, I would keep all the spares in my packet with the die and the stamp set, so that next time you've almost got a head start to what you can use. So again, as I say, I've got several of the cupcakes. I've coloured some of the little sweets in. I've got a yum yum.
Yum yum.
Yum yum. I've got a candle there to put in one of the cakes. So we're literally just going to have a play decorating it now. So on this particular one, I'm going to put the box together now. I do normally like to actually put the decoration on while it's flat, but because they're already been through my sticky machine, or they've actually got some foam pads on the back ready, we'll pop it together.
Brilliant.
So what we need to do then is we need to put that last semicircular piece over that last square. So I just need some tape, because this was the one I die cut, it's not taped in advance, so we'll literally use the tape runner on there. And that one is going to overlap. So again, if you just fold one end in and make sure that everything's lined up, okay, and then fold this piece over, you'll find that they'll fit together perfectly to make your tube shape.
Michelle was just saying you could probably fit a small cupcake into that box as well.
It would look nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, yeah, just a little one inside.
Mouthful.
Yeah, would be nice.
One bite and that's it.
And then literally we're going to pop, now then I think, I put some tape on the inside of here as well, look. I'm more organised than I think.
Seriously, Jan, I mean, I always had you down as, you know, someone who was super organised, but I mean, this is taking it to the next level. Gold star for you, Jan, go to the top of the class.
So literally, folded two sides in, and then all I've done is put a strip of tape along the other two, and these are going to fold over onto there like so to create the base. Now again, if you want to cut another square to pop inside, just measure the size of that base, and you could pop to reinforce if you wish inside. It's not part of the die, but again, if you wanted to pop something in, I think this would fit one of those little candles in there. I know I keep talking about candles, but I know they are
Craig all of a sudden.
They're such a popular gift, aren't they? They're a nice gift.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody that doesn't like a nice scented candle, and I know our Craig would be delighted.
Oh, he would.
He would. So yeah, I'm just using something to pop that down to get the adhesive in there to stick. So then we've got the top section. And this, do you remember how you used to fold the old cardboard boxes where you took the flaps in? It's just like that. So one goes down, all right, and then you're going to pop the next one. Now, they always have to think about this. The next one, and then this one's going to go under the first one and over the next one. And you can see there we've got that lovely, almost like kaleidoscope effect on the top there, yeah? So then decorate to your heart's content. So let me just pull the cover off there. I've actually got these all literally, I know we keep using the sticker makers and I know they're not easy to get hold of, but they are a godsend for us when we're prepping to get everything stuck ready. And I said there's probably more than what we need there, but we're literally going to go with a flat one on the side there, and then I've got one that's got a foam pad on, and literally raise one of them up and just pop them like so.
Just reminded me there's some scones out there as well, Jan, in case you didn't know.
Oh, in the break.
Bernie's been baking.
In the break, yes.
Have you had one?
I haven't. I'm hoping there's some left. I'm hoping that Johnny's not eating them all.
I know. he was out there stuffing his face earlier on ice. He
was making a right old mess, he was.
Yeah.
He was trying to be quick and be surreptitious, and there were crumbs everywhere.
Yeah.
So again, just however you want. You know, I've said many times before that decoration is a personal thing.
Yes.
So literally just go for whatever you want to put on there. I've gone for sort of a cupcake on each side there. Literally, I've got one flat and one just on raised up there. And then, you know, there's some sweeties as well, if you want to pop those on. Whatever you fancy. There's no right or wrong as far as decor is concerned.
No.
However you want to do it.
And that's the great thing with this collection as well. You've got so much choice.
There is.
As far as decoration is concerned.
Yeah.
And something for every occasion, something for every person, I think, really. You're not going to be stuck for ideas of what to decorate your boxes with, basically.
Now then, this is from one of the other sets, and I'm pushed to remember which one it's from. It's in the dies for one of the kits, I think. It's not this particular one, but I'm sure it's in one of the boxes. And it's just a little bow die, all right, that I've cut the pieces out of the matching card that was left over from the decor.
Yeah.
And literally what I'm going to do is just glue that in place on top. As I say, you probably, if you were gifting this, you'd need to leave a section that opened. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm literally going to pop that on the top there just to hold it together. So if you were doing this for to gift someone and you wanted it to be able to open and didn't want them to damage it, then you could just pop it on with a glue dot or something like that, and however you want to do it. So you can see you've got that lovely shape, nice little box again, bit of detail on the top, and I gotta say, decorate as much or as little.
Brilliant.
Got a bit glitter crazy with that one. Oh, I didn't put my candle in, did I? Let's have a candle in one of them. I've got one that, here we go, look, this one that's plain, we'll stick the candle in there as well. So again, this was the one that I showed you at the top that was done with the happy birthday and the presents.
Yes.
Yep, got a birthday cake on there. All right, and then this is the one with the cupcakes that we've just done. But as I say, once you see how easy it goes together, you could back make all the boxes,
yeah,
keep them flat, ready. I have a ball with all the colouring and the die cutting, you know, if that's your thing. And then you've got literally, I've got them ready there to pop together if you need a nice little gift box for something. I'm just thinking teacher gifts for the end of term as well. They're a nice little size to pop something in as a teacher gift, aren't they, there as well? So that's your infinity box on that one, Ben. Yep.
Absolutely brilliant. And of course, if you did make a box with the, you know, the teacher sort of gifts in mind, you would certainly go to the top of the class with these because they are absolutely brilliant. I love the fact that loads of you are loving these as well. Don't forget, if you've got any of the collections that we're showing, particularly this one that we're looking at now, send us in your pictures, let us know and let us see what you've been making. Mary Pat 1000 just saying, I have this amazing collection. Infinity box, says Evelyn, one of my favourite boxes to make. So yeah, that's included in this collection. Pam's just saying, I love these box dies. I've made a few boxes for gifts, always a hit. And Rita says, I like it when CC highlights some of the older items. It makes me remember I have the item and why I bought the item in the first place. Isn't that always the case though? You know, the genuine excitement of getting something new, you try it for a bit and then something else comes out new and you sort of pop it to one side and you sometimes can forget about it. And then when you see these shows, you bring it back to the fore again, you go, oh yeah, I've got that collection, I love it. And you can get it out again and get crafting with it as well. Mary Lee just saying, I used the heart and star dies from this set so many times, it justified buying the whole set. I cut them in my mini from small scraps of mirror or glitter card. The great thing, as I said, with this collection again, is that you've got the ability to make the different size of the boxes, whether it be the picnic box, whether it be the milk carton, whether it be that infinity box. And then you've got so much when it comes to like decorating these. Don't forget, you're getting an extra £5 or $5 off if you go for the full collection. You're getting the Birthday Paradise collection in there for free, which is worth $14.99 or $17.99. That's why the price is so amazing. That's why you're saving over £100, almost $112, and that of course is without your Club Inspired discount wherever you are. You don't pay that price. $65.60 is the price if you're platinum, or $88.80. So it's a super deal. Ultimate versatility with this. Over 40% of the stock has gone. It was a quarter around about 20 minutes ago. Loads of you going for it. And this is the point in the show where we go, you're not going to miss a thing, because particularly with Jan, we like to sit back, relax. She takes us all the way through, and I know you don't want to miss. So here, we're going to give you a couple of minutes to check out your baskets. If you've got something in your basket, in your cart right now, get it checked out. You will not miss a thing, and we'll come back in just a couple with some more information and demonstration on our brilliant craft class. We'll see you in a couple.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order and will ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
There we go. So hopefully you've checked out your baskets, checked out your carts, and you are ready to go for part 2. Timed that pretty well, haven't we? We're halfway through the show, so plenty more to show you. I love the next set that we're going to bring to you, the pop-up boxes. These are absolutely brilliant for the fact that you've got these little cute boxes that you can decorate. Basically, you have, I always think these are like almost a little bit like the theatre almost, because you've got the different sort of slats, the different scenery in there, which you can build up to pop in all sorts of different decoration. They're so cool. They pop open, and as I said, you know, whatever you've got within your crafty stash, you can decorate these with. We have got a designated stamp and die set for these, which I'll show you in just a few moments' time. But this deal is basically to give you the mechanism to create the pop-up boxes here, which are so cute. So this brings you the worker die, and the great thing is with this that you've noticed is that you know, even though that these are dimensional, and even though that these, you know, pop up to create these brilliant scenes, they will fold flat for you to post as well. So perfectly fine for doing that. If you haven't yet got this and you want to create these pop-up boxes, this is the deal that you need to go for to give you that worker die. All right, so $19.99 or $31.96 is the deal here, saving 20%. And of course you get another 20% off that if you are platinum, $15.99 or $25.57. And once again, you've got the die in there that does all of that work for you. It's not a complicated process to be able to put these together. You know, I always look at these and think, well, that's an amazing card. How on earth do you do that? It's all done in the dies for you, which we're going to see in just a few moments' time. Now, if you like the idea of decorating these up as well, we do have a set which is going to allow you to do that. The stamp and dies. And once again here, I think you've got something for kind of like every occasion, really. Have I got all of them here? I think I've got a few of them. Well, this one here is your Ocean Paradise. So again, think to yourself mermaids, think you know, sort of seahorses, think in there that you've got your jellyfish included as well, and you've got again dies to be able to cut out the stamps within that. So whether you want to stamp these out and cut them, or you know, cut them then, so however you want to do it, you've got the ability to do that, and it is all, as I say, very mermaidial and very sort of under the sea. You've then got your Once Upon a Time, so this is princesses, this is rainbows and fairy castles. Once again, 20 elements within that. Unicorns as well, which are hugely popular right now. They're included within this collection. Next up, oh, there's loads in it. Your Floral Boutique. That is, I've got enough hands. This one, hang on, is all fingers and thumbs. That one there. There you go. So look at that. It's beautiful flowers and butterflies and all sorts. So whilst in here, you've got things which are quite quirky. If you were just thinking to yourself, oh, these are just for the kids and grandkids. No, absolutely not. You've got something for each and every age group, I think, really. Happy birthdays included in there too. So again, you know, this is all about cakes and bunting and candles. You've then got your Back to Nature again, which is a bit more of a sort of floral theme there. Then on top of that, you've got your Vintage Tea Party, which is your little tea, your cake stands, little teapots and teacups and all sorts going on. And then finally, you've got your I Believe in Fairies as well, which is exactly what it says on the tin, little fairy doors, fairies and pixies and all sorts. There's 186 elements included in there. And again, do you know what? Those are great as little standalone elements to sort of decorate all sorts of different projects, but they're going to work perfectly with these boxes because they just create that little scene, they create that sort of ambience. And I particularly love it as well when we use the little bits of acetate or little springs to kind of lift these up even further to create even more of a scene and even more dimension. £52 or $69, half price deal on these, which is phenomenal. If you're going for these, it's definitely worth popping in that worker die as well for an extra $19.99. Then you've got the lot and then you can get creating these. But I know what you're asking. What you want to see is how easy is it to pop these together? Well, we are going to see with Jan. These are such a brilliant idea, Jan, aren't they?
Honestly, again, it's one of those things that sort of, they're really good sort of what we call mantelpiece pleasers.
Yes.
So, you know, you've got something like this amongst all the cards on the mantelpiece for your birthday.
Which one's standing out?
It's going to attract some attention.
Course
But
it
I
is.
just love the way this has been designed to literally fold flat enough for you to pop in an envelope, or if you wanted to make a box for it to go in, it's entirely your own choice. We're going to use this one. We're going to use the floral boutique. Yep, to actually decorate with. And if anybody was watching, I know one or two of you saw my social media earlier in the week. I'd been busy colouring. I've got tons and tons of all the flowers at the ready, and I'd just got them all over the top of the desk. And I put a photo up, and I said, "Can anybody guess what I was doing?" And you know, they all guessed that it was pop-up boxes. They did. They were on the ball. Every single person, and got an abundance, an explosion for a pop-up box they were on. Yet, so literally the concept die, then, if you haven't got this, this is what makes the actual box. You can decorate with whatever you wish. And I'm just thinking, Ben, that last set of stamps that we've got on would mix and match and integrate with these beautifully if you've actually got both sets to actually sort of, you know, pad it out, fill out your boxes if you wanted to. But the ones that we've got with the concept die work beautifully. So what we get in here then, again, you're going to get the piece that makes the sides of the box. All right. Oh gosh, I've just got creaky door in my ear. Then it was like being on a horror movie. It just went.
That was Johnny getting out of his chair. That was his back.
I thought it was the door.
Give him some WD-40, Adam, for goodness sake.
Sorry about that. It was just like I got this. I was getting ready for the horror story then. Oh, that was funny. So yeah, here we go then. You've got the piece that cuts. This one's got two sides on it. So we'll need to cut this twice to make all four sides of the box. You've got, I'll talk to you what these little lines are for when we actually start putting it together. It puts score lines in for placement, and then you've got your glue tab at the side. So what we're going to do is I've got some cut, but in fact, you know what's going to happen with that. I'm not going to put it through the machine because it takes a little while to decorate this one. So we'll stick it down. And the reason I've left the card longer, if you cut it as is, you're looking at about, I'm saying looking, let's have a measure, just under 2-inch depth on the box. But you can see how this one is much, much taller than that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So by leaving your card whatever length you want and cutting this out, you can just extend this cutting line either with your scissors, with a craft knife, with your guillotine to make this part. This is going to be, if I lay this down, you can see here where you've got the top section. Whoops, fold it the right way. You can see we've got that top section there, and then this piece can be elongated to however long you want it. So what I've done is I've cut this, and I've cut it twice, and I think I left mine at about, let's have a look, 6 inches tall. So this is where it's come out of the die. If I put the die on the top there, we're on this white card again that you can never see properly. There we go, look. You can see how it's actually just a wee bit longer than the actual where the die comes to.
Yeah.
So this actually stops. There's no cutting edge across the bottom of here. So all I did was cut it out as one piece, and then I've extended that cutting line just with my scissors just to create a slightly deeper one than where the die finishes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep. And then we're going to do that twice.
Okay.
So you've literally got two pieces that look the same. You've got your little glue tab at the side, and again I've got my tape on it. And just to say again, with this one, we don't leave you alone. So again, you can actually find us and watch the visual demo if you wish, or again, you get the written instructions. So you've got picture versions in there with a step-by-step as to how to cut it and put it together. Talks you all the way through it, how to put the little bars inside, which I'm going to show you in the demo, and then literally it's just have a play with all the decoration.
Brilliant.
So what it asks you to do then is stick the glue tab. So we're going to take the tape off here and expose that. And I'm just going to turn it round this way because I find it, because I'm right-handed, I find it easier to work this way. So all I've done is turn them so that they're upside down.
Yeah.
And literally I'm going to line up, and where the score line is in here, I've done all the folding and burnishing. I don't want to stick over the score line, otherwise that's where you get the pieces of cardstock stuck out. So when I put these together, I'm just going up to that score line so that I can still see it. So it's still peeping out there, and I've got the bottom lined up. You know, you can use your grid there to make sure everything's straight. And then the score lines at the top here are matched up as well, and give that a good burnish. All right. Now, before we actually stick the other side together, we're going to do some work with these little, if I just tilt that there, can we just see those little score lines?
Yes.
Can you see them on there?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So this is for positioning where you want to put your pieces, and I can just see them on the inside there. Now what I've done, what I like to do, you get a score line across all the back of here, but these are going to become the flaps at the front and the sides. I don't fold this back piece. I like this piece to stay nice and sturdy on the back. And we're going to reinforce that with some of the matte and layer panels. So I haven't folded that one down. That's going to be the back of the box. All right. So on the inside then, we've got in your concept die, you've got a piece that looks like so. Okay. And in your instructions, it'll ask you to cut this 3 times,
yes,
which is why we've got those 3 little positioning lines on the side here. So I've gone ahead and done that with the white cardstock again, the same. And then as far as actually sticking these, I've done 2 of them at the ready, and I just need my thin red line tape there. I like to work with the tape on this one because you want an instant stick. Your tape pen will work. As far as wet glue's concerned, it does take a little bit of time to dry. And with this particular mechanism, you want it to literally stick instantly. So what I've done is I've put tape on one side, and this is going to fold under. So I've actually folded it away from myself and folded the tape under. On the other side, we're going to bring this one up. So the tape's underneath. So you've literally got tape on one side and tape on the other side.
Yeah.
So just to show you that again, one of them's going under, one of them's coming back on itself. And we're going to create 3 that look the same. So 2 of these are done already. One that's under, one that's over. Yep. And then this one, I've actually done the under piece. So just to pop that in and give it a good burnish in there. And then this one's going to come back on itself, and I just need a couple of little pieces of, I've just used, if you've got the wider one, there is a 6mm tape, but I've just got the little 3, so I've put a couple of pieces of 3mm on. You want to make sure that these stay in place because it's going to get opened and closed and squashed and opened and you know, put in an envelope, and people will want to play with it to see how it works. So you want to make sure that these stay in place properly. So I've literally got all 3 now with one bit tucked under and the other bit is going to tuck back this way. So bring in your box template again here. All right, and I can see my 3 lines on here, and I've got 3 of them here. So what we're going to do, the piece that goes under, I'm going to line up with one of those pieces on my base. And don't forget, you've got all this written down if for any reason you can't remember what we did. So all I'm doing, I can see, I know it's hard for you to see on screen. Let me just draw them
Adam's zooming in, don't you worry.
Is
Here
he
he
coming?
comes.
I'm just going to put a line
close
here.
Up. Johnny's just said we can see how sharp your pencil is now, or isn't, as the case may be.
You can just see there. I've just got them on the back there now so that you can see where they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up, but my tab's folded underneath, the glue's underneath here, and I'm literally going to line it up with that first line. And then just make sure that across here it's running parallel with that score line and give it a good rub down. Okay? The next one, exactly the same orientation. So I've got this side flicked up, this side under. Remove your tape. And I find it's easier to do this before you stick the box together. And then we're going to go up to the next set of lines. And I'm going to make sure that this one runs parallel with the first one. So you want everything to be nice and straight along the top, and then just get that one stuck in that edge. And then again, exactly the same. So we've got the flick at this end. We're going to take the tape off the little tab that goes underneath. And then that last line is going to go up to there. And again, just make sure that it all runs nice and straight and give it a stick down. And this is where the magic happens. This is why it's worth investing. I used to make these without the die set originally, before we actually brought this out. But it is so much easier when it's all done for you, because now, all we need to do now is take off the tape from here.
Do you know what, by the way, it's funny you should say, I was literally just about to say that Beth on YouTube says, I love this set. I used to cut and measure by hand to make these. This makes it so much easier. I can get straight away to the fun of decorating. How weird is that? It is,
and that is the fun part. Like I said with the other set, the box almost fades into the background. It's the actual decorating that we all like doing. So once these are straight, making sure that they're all lined up nicely, and all the little flaps are turned back on themselves. My other set of lines are on this one here. If I just draw them in again for you, you can see them just here on the inside. So holding this in place now, if I fold this down and make sure the bottom, I'm actually securing the knowledge that they've all landed in the right place.
Perfect.
And that's why I prefer to do this before I actually stick the rest of the box together. So you can see now we've got that structure coming into play. Like you said, it's almost like a little stage, Ben, for you to build your scene in. And then once we've done that, we can take that last piece of tape off the other glue tab and we can literally stick this side down. So I'm going to pop this one on here and just line it all up and give that one a little rub. So you can see we've got the back with the sides and that one to fold down. So that's actually the base of the box. And again, it all literally, it's magic. I just love, you know, Leanne's team put so much work into these, into testing them, making sure they do what you want them to do. That all that measuring and all that sort of thinking's taken away. It's done for you and you've got it there ready to decorate. So all I've done, you actually get in your kit, you get a matte die as well. So if you wanted to just cut one layer out, you've actually got a piece that is the perfect size to fit on the front here, if you wish. But what I've done is I've just measured them by hand and I've made some mats and layers, and we've gone with a brown baskety weave one for the outside. And then I've got some nice pink floral, seeing as we're on a floral theme. So I'm just going to stick those on and then we're going to have a beano with the decoration. And I'll show you how to stick these pieces inside. So just while I'm sticking these, Ben, it's just going to take me a minute or two just to get all these panels stuck down.
There's lots of chat. Do you know what I love about this is that there's so many of you with all of the different products that we've got on the show already. And like so many of you go, oh yeah, I forgot I've got that particular kit. I forgot I've got that particular collection. Dig it out, because again, this is a great show because Jan's showing you all of the different sets that we've got, just some of the different sets. And if you go to YouTube, you subscribe to us, you can mark this show and put it on a place and you can come back to it at a time which is suitable for you. Mary Pat is saying another one of my favourites are these pop-up boxes. I was just talking about making a baby themed one.
That would be nice.
It would be. Mary Lee saying these pop-up boxes make the cutest cards. My grandchildren love them. They're impressed that I coloured all the things in the box. And Lynn, actually, great minds think alike, because I was looking at some of the characters that you've got here and thinking exactly what you thought. The characters and embellishments of the pop-up boxes are great to go with those penny sliders as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that they're obviously, you know, great to go with these boxes, great to create those really cool scenes, but there's so many great characters that you've got within the collections. Absolutely, you'll be using them in other crafts as well. Michelle just said, love that technique of putting the strips on. Makes it really easy, Michelle, doesn't it? Really, really simple. Stephanie says, fantastic tip, Jan, for those that don't do it this way. Again, putting the tabs in, making those strips, just really, really brilliant. Oh, and by the way, Bernie's written a limerick.
Lovely.
This one's about Johnny, because she was saying earlier on that...
It's not his creaky chair, is it?
No, funnily it's not. It could be... Johnny's just gone, oh, crikey. So this one's about Johnny, because he was saying earlier on when Bernie was here that he hasn't had a limerick written. So here we go. Let's see if I can do this one. There once was a bloke named Johnny. When he's producing, he's always on the money. On the last show with Jan, he cracks open a can, then goes home to have a big greasy Donny. Hey! That is Johnny. That is Johnny in a nutshell. You'll hear him crack open his can tonight between 7 and 9, as he always does, and he does go home, especially on a Sunday night. He gets a nice Donna on the way. But it's in his contract that he gets to crack open a beer on the last show. Not sure about the Donna kebab, mind you, but there we go. Thank you, Bernie. Loved that. That was Johnny in 5 lines. I loved it. Brilliant. Isn't she great, Bernie? Awesome.
It amazes me how she just knocks them out. Honestly, I have to really think about them. I have to think about, choose my words carefully to get them to rhyme. Yeah. So I've literally just stuck all the mats and layers, and I've put the brown around the inside just to give like that basket weave. And then I've got the pink. And what I like to do is put a full panel in the back to strengthen. And then what I like on the back, I've done the same again on the back. I've just made a full panel, and I've stamped. So I like, you can write your greeting on the back there, because if you're wanting to send it, you know, in sort of lieu of a card, you need somewhere to pop your little message. So again, I like to do this as a full height one, and it strengthens the back of the box as well. So we're going to have that on the back with a combination of the brown and the pink. They sound as if they're munching away in there, aren't they?
They probably
are. They not? They probably are. As if you were munching then in my ear. I don't know what they're up to.
Johnny,
and
you?
There.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They're transfixed watching your demo, Jan, is what they just told me.
And then again, you've got options on different tags. So you can see I've just die cut this one, stamped just a little bit of decoration on there. This is going to go on the front of the panel here. And then I just want to show you how to tackle that inside part. So this is what I'd had at home. I've used, as I say, the Floral Boutique, where you've got all these gorgeous, quirky little flowers. I love these sort of more that style.
Yeah.
And literally, I always, like I said before, I always stamp plenty and just have a sit. And this is what I had all over the desk. Wow. And they all guessed that I was doing pop-up boxes.
Yeah.
So just loads of them. There's all different designs. You've got those lovely sort of daisy head ones. You've got some that are in a little cluster. Those, I love the little butterflies. Again, they're sort of quite whimsical. Yeah. But yeah, just loads to play with, different colours. I've coloured them with my alcohol pens. I know one of our customers asked last time I was here my choice of colouring, and I nearly always go for the alcohol. Having said that, if you're with us later on today, I've got some watercolour markers on later, so we'll have a look at those
Sunday
as well.
Coming in a bit.
So I'm just going to show you a little bit of this, because you can go as much or as little as you wish. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to stick these little pieces that we've put across here. If you've not seen this before, these are what we're going to stick our embellishments to. And I've got some scraps of acetate here. And I like to use acetate purely because it's clear. It's rubbish for you to see on here, isn't it? It's like, it is there. It is there, honest. You can see it just catching the light. And I've got some sort of slightly wider strips and some thin ones. Now, you can use these with cardstock behind if you prefer. But I just think with the acetate, it gives that illusion that everything's floating. So what I would do is pop a little bit of tape. Let me work on some cardstock so that you can see what I'm actually doing here, because it's, as I say, acetate is the worst thing for you to see.
Bottom of your screen, by the way, is the acetate hunky-dory, 30 sheets of 220 micron, and you're also going to get your stamping card as well. Is that included for that price? You get 60 sheets of your A4 stamping card for the price at the bottom of the screen there, $15.98 or $23.18, which is rather good. So, yeah, whack that in your basket.
So all I've done is pop a little bit of double-sided adhesive. I've used my tape runner on the end, and I'm going to stick this behind those flowers. All right, so don't worry about how long this piece is, because we can adjust that. And then literally you're going to pop these behind one of the tabs here.
Yeah.
Look whereabouts you want it. So I need some glue just about there. Again, little tiny bit on there. And then you can stick these to the back at the level that you want them. And then all I do, if there's anything sticking out of the bottom, I just use my scissors to take off that spare bit at the bottom and literally build these up as much or as little. So again, I've got lots of pieces of acetate. I'm not going to fill the whole thing because it takes a little while to actually get them all in there, but it's all the same idea. Again, acetate on the back. Decide where and you can bring them at different, so you've got 3 different levels plus the front of the box, so you can get that lovely depth in there. So again, I'm just going to go about halfway with the glue there and then pop that one to this side. I'm going to do the second one now. So this has actually stood a little bit closer than the first one that we put in. And again, any that's left over, just snip that away. So you can see we've got a couple going on in there now. It may be that you decide that you want one of the butterflies right on the back.
Did you say where the paper's from? Because Susie T's asking where you got your paper from.
Now then, did I make a note? It's off what it is, one of our paper pads, and I don't think I made a note of which one it was. I'm just trying to think. It's I'm not sure if it's not the pad that came out with these originally.
Oh, okay.
It may be. It's an 8x8 paper pad. I will try and remember when I get home to check it for you, and I'll pop some details on for you.
Brilliant.
But again, you know, this you know, it does take a little while because you can have a play with what you want. So I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you get the idea, even in the front of it. So I've actually missed the strips here and gone for the front edge of the box. You've got the greenery in there as well, so it may be that you want to pop a little bit of that in. So I'm actually using the bottom leaf for that one to stick in, and we'll put that behind the flowers there. So again, as I say, as much or as little, you can see how it's starting to come together. And just stack them up using all those pieces. Fill it as full as you want. You can even use some of these on the edges. You don't have to have them all inside. So we could put some as decoration on the front there. So I've got a couple of those little blue ones. Okay. But you get the idea, and I'm going to bring you this one back in that's already completed.
Look at that.
Because you've got, you know, fill it up. Decorate it to your heart's content. And this one's just a little bit taller. It's just been extended a bit longer than what I did with mine originally. So you can see how you've got the different heights there just by extending that piece. But you get the idea with all those coloured pieces as to how to fill it up. And I think, as I say, that the magic with it is that even though you've got something that's so dimensional, the whole thing will fold up and fold flat. So as long as you don't go out of the edges of your space here in the card, it's all going to fold inside, and then you can make an envelope to fit it in to gift it. So that's your pop-up boxes.
I mean, just brilliant again. And do you know what I love more than anything about this particular show is that you're seeing all of these different boxes, the different range that we've got here. But again, you're seeing how simple it is to pop all of these together, whichever one you fancy, because you've got everything that you need to make these nice and easy to construct. The price that you're seeing on screen is for kind of all of the goodies, so the stamps and the dies that you're going to get within this collection. So, you know, making just a few of the different boxes that we've got there. So you've got your I Believe in Fairies, you've got your Vintage Tea Party, Back to Nature, your Happy Birthday, Floral Boutique, Once Upon a Time, and your Ocean Paradise. So again, just a few of the different themes that you're seeing here. 52 or 69, but what you definitely need to go for as well is, if you haven't already got it, is the worker die, because that creates the box for you. So $19.99 or $31.96 is the deal on that, saving 20% today, but definitely pop that into your basket, because again, you've seen how easy it then is to create the actual box itself, and away you go. And like Jan was saying, how magic is that? The fact that we've got so much going on with all of these, but they all fold perfectly flat. Just brilliant. Now, if you're looking at those and thinking to yourself, I don't know if I want to go for those yet, I want something maybe just to kind of dip my toe in the water with, just to start off with, then that's maybe where you need to go for the starter kit. Lots of you dipping your toe in the water a little bit earlier on, and if you go back to the start of the show, you will see this in action. This is your dimensional die starter kit, and what I love about this is you have literally got everything that you need to get going to make yourself your ornate box. So with this, you've got the box template, which of course you can use time and time again, and you've got the die to be able to decorate your box with as well, whether you want to cut into the actual box itself, create your little mats and layers with that too. It is entirely up to you. That's the kind of worker component of it. We're then also going to give you cardstock as well. The choice of cardstock is absolutely gorgeous. They complement each other so perfectly, those. You've got your Centura Pearl in the baby blue, and that Centura Pearl Snow White hint of gold there. Look how those work beautifully together. 10 sheets of the blue, 10 sheets of the Snow White, that's included, and then on top of that, we're giving you the adhesives as well. So the great thing is, we've given you your red liner tape and your glue tape pen, which is, I always think, those are the kind of tapes I think that I would go for if I was making boxes, then you've got your all-purpose glue included with that too. So again, if you are quite new to this, you're not quite sure which adhesive you want to use, which you're going to get on with the best, you've got a bit of a selection of everything there just to kind of get you started. It's a really, really nice price to be able to create something so beautiful like this, and really, really simple to do too. I think, you know, for whatever the occasion, for whatever you want to pop in there, it's a really, really super collection. Right, loads of you got stuff in your baskets. So with about half an hour to go, still more demos to come from Jan, and of course, you needing to pick your demo of the show. Let's give you a little bit of time to check out your baskets. Whatever you've got in your baskets, now is the time to check them out. You will not miss a thing, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of moments.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
There you go. Hopefully we've given you enough time there to check out your baskets, and you are back for more of the action. Now, no word of a lie. I know these have been around perhaps a little bit longer than I have, not in life in general, because then they would be old, wouldn't they? I mean, not that I'm that old. I mean, I'm quite old, I suppose. But anyway, they've been around longer than I have been in the business. But I only saw these for the first time, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago on a wake-up call on a craft vault. But the deal that we've got on these today is phenomenal. Half price deal on the Dimensionals double-sided dies, and these are brilliant, right? Just when you thought double-sided dies couldn't get even more clever, basically one pass of these gives you your top and your bottom of your box. And with this one in particular, going to make you 2 sizes of box. I just think that boggles my mind. Right, we will see these in a second, but I just think it is so clever that with one pass you get to make these gorgeous boxes. The 2 different sizes you've got, I really love these little football boxes, by the way. I think they're super cute. So 2 different size boxes that you can make with one pass. Bear in mind, if you are using the double-sided dies, you will need the extra plates, double-sided plates, but I believe they are on the web, so that is all good. You might already have them. But I mean, again, if you want to make life even more simple for you, one pass, you're ready to go. $17.99 or $22.49 is the price for the rectangle, which we've moved on to. Didn't you try to trick me there, Johnny, didn't you? But you have to get up early in the morning to catch the Moser, I tell you what. Oh, yes. He was just checking that I was concentrating. The rectangle, again, so two different sizes, once again, that you can create. Again, all that you need to get going for $17.49 or $22.49. Our little build a character on the front there, which is rather cool. Next up is the square. This one, 3 different size boxes that you can create. I've just got one of the sizes here for you. But again, how perfect are these? You know, maybe you want to use these as little boxes to pop your cards in, or again, if you've got other ideas of little gifts you can pop in these, absolutely brilliant. And then you can decorate them up how you want to. Maybe using some of the stamps and dies and characters and things like that we've got from the other collections. $19.99 or $24.99 if you want to go for the double-sided dimensional square box. And then last but by no means least, I love the finished sample that I've got over here, by the way. We've got your triangle, right. How cool is that? That is brilliant, isn't it? A little bit of watermelon going on there, which is fantastic. I love that. And again, 2 different size boxes that you can create. I'm looking forward to seeing these, because I think when we did have them previously, we didn't actually see them demoed. But remember, it's one pass that creates the top and the bottom of the box in whichever size you decide to go for. Half price on all of them, whether you go for the triangle, the hexagon, the square or the rectangle. The triangle box is $17.49 or $22.49 on that half price deal. That would probably just about fit in a small slice of pizza as well, wouldn't it?
I just think they'd look cool decorated as pieces of
I
pizza,
know,
wouldn't they?
I know. How great is
Your
that?
favourite topping on there.
Yeah, I know, that would be brilliant. And I mean, Jan, you've probably seen these a few times, but the technology on these just boggles my mind.
Again, and it's patented, Ben. So
Yes, of course.
To Crafter's Companion, yeah, the double-sided technology. So yeah, the first time I used these, I was just blown away by it. It just means that you can do everything twice as fast, because it cuts both sides at once. So as far as a box is concerned, we always need a lid and a base, but this just does it all in one go. So I chose the hexagon one. I particularly like the shape, obviously. There's lots of different ones for you to choose, but I like this one. So in here again, you're getting 2 different sizes. Yeah. So you literally get, what we mean by double-sided, it means that there is a cutting edge on both sides. So if you haven't seen these before, let me just pop those to one side. We get our Adam to zoom in for us. You can see here that we've got a cutting edge on one side, and if I flip it while that camera's still there, we've got a cutting edge on the other side. Now, there is a slightly wider gap from the outside of the die to the cutting edge here than there is if I look at this side. It's just a very, very tiny one there. Yeah. So this is slightly wider, which means this is the top, and the other one's the inside of your box. So if you're not sure which is which, it doesn't really matter, because once you've put it together, one's going to fit over the top of the other. You've got assured of that because of it's all been measured for you. But if you're wanting to do them in different colours, for example, so the one with the cutting edge closest to the outside of the die is going to be the top. It's going to be slightly bigger. And again, this side, you can just see I've got a good couple of mil before the cutting edge starts on here. So that one's going to make up a wee bit smaller. So if you're wanting to do them in 2 different colours, have you know, for example, your top in black and the bottom in white, you know which side to cut. But you will need a pair of the double-sided cutting plates, okay? These came out when we first launched. I think the flowers were the first double-sided range that we brought out. And you can get these for either your large Gemini or the Gemini Junior, so whichever you want. And the formation for this is to take one of your clear cutting plates from your Gemini. And I get asked a lot about whether these will work in other machines. And my answer is that they have been developed specifically for use within the Gemini. If you want to try them with other machines, that's entirely up to you. Yeah. But obviously you need to think about things like guarantees and warranties. Yeah. If you're doing something that's outside the instructions of your machine, it's at your own risk. So I would be recommending use with them with a Gemini.
Just to ask as well, Dan, because Carol has asked, and I don't think we got a MIDI, but she said, any chance Jan could show the double-sided dies through the MIDI? I know Leanne said it would work, but I can't remember how she said to do it.
It would be quite simple, actually, with the MIDI, because let me just see if I can find...
I don't think we've got a MIDI
the plates
here, have we? I've got one at home, but that's not much use, is it, really? Sorry.
Can't find the plates for them.
But it will work, is basically the answer to the question.
Yeah. There must be around somewhere, but I'm not seeing them at the minute. But basically, with the MIDI, you've got the one that looks like an embossing folder. Yes. So because you can cut on any 4 sides of that particular folder, it doesn't matter that the top's going to cut as well as the underneath. All right, because it will literally work on both sides of the folder. So you will just need that particular folder, and then don't forget that you've got 2 widths of cardstock. So that inside the folder, providing the die fits in the parameter of your MIDI folder, should cut for you fine. I tried it at home. I haven't got the MIDI, but I've got the Mini. And I tried the little one, the smaller one, just fit in my Mini. And I tried it just to try, and it worked fine. And that was cutting craft card, which is quite fibrous out of all the cardstocks that we used. So mine's going to be all the same colour. So I've taken 2 pieces of craft card. So the combination is going to be clear plate All right, and then one of your double-sided cutting plates. And then pop your piece of card down. Now again, you know, craft card's got 2 different colours, and it is purely personal choice. Sometimes I use it with the dark side facing out, sometimes with the light, but just be mindful of which you want to be on the top, because I tend to put the die against the colour. So I'm using the paler one in this instance. So I'm going to put my cardstock down and then the die on top of it. So because it's got a cutting edge underneath, that's going to cut through my card into this special plate. And then I'm going to put the colour that I want to use inverted onto the top of the die, and then put the second special plate. So that's going to press up and cut into, you can see where I've cut the other 2 look, yeah? And then you want your clear cutting plate completely sandwiched. All right, so that's the actual combination for our Gemini, whether that be on your large Gemini or your Gemini Junior. If you're going to try it through the MIDI, you would just need the plastic folder and then slot the piece of card either side of your die, and then try it through the MIDI, and you should get a cut on it. Okay, so when we take those out, and this honestly, this just, the first time I used these I was just blown away by it. You can literally see we've got waste there, we've got our die, we've got the waste, and you've got the 2 pieces.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so let's pop those to one side. And then each piece, it's actually got like almost like a second design. There's like a second line inside the one that's the top.
Yeah.
And then the other one's the base. And again, you've got all your score lines in there to just fold, and then the little glue tabs fold in. So everywhere, just like with any other box that you're making, wherever you've got a score line, you're going to fold these in and then burnish them with your bone folder. So once you've got everything tucked round in the right place, you can either do them as you go along, or you can literally just lay them all down in place, tuck them in, and then give it all a burnish. Just teaches your cardstock that that's where you want it to stay. And then you would put glue on all the little tabs, and then we're going to pop it together. So in true Blue Peter fashion, we've got them cut and folded and the glue on there. So again, I've used my red line tape just for speed. It can be a wet glue, all right, and if this was the case, probably would use tacky if I'm sticking something together. Okay, but just for speed and making sure we get a straight stick. That one's my top. As I say, when you look at them, there's a second score line. It's just detail inside this one, and that's going to be the top. This is the base. So again, take off the liner from your red line tape or whatever it is you've chosen. If you're using a wet glue, I would go back to those little clips again just to hold it in place, because it takes a second or 2 for it to dry. You can get away with using hot glue, but just use a little smidge, because you don't want a sort of a dimensional amount that's going to leave a bump in your design. And then again, you just fold it just like you would do any other. So it's just folding it together to make that angle. And with the tape, just give it a little rub together, secure it in place, and you've got the base of your box there in no time at all.
There's so many different ways to make all these different boxes on this show. That's what this craft class is all about, honestly. Mary Pat is saying, I've got a plan, thanks to Jan, die cut a stack of boxes and stamp up some favourite images to colour, so I'm ready for quick assembly when I need a box card. Carleen just saying, I love these double-sided boxes, and it's great that you can make them as tall as you want. Jeanette saying these boxes are ideal to put the jigsaw puzzle pieces in as well.
Of course, they would be fab, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Forgot about the old jigsaw puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Yolanda saying, I just got some double-sided dies on craft day, so I will try it with my MIDI. Jeanette saying you can make shadow box easel cards with some of these boxes. And Mary is saying, Jan, can you show us, or might have to tell us because we're running out of time here, how to make the box taller than the dies allow?
Do you know, it's funny you should say that, because that was going to be my next step.
Almost as if we planned it.
I did. I wanted to show you that part because, again, it's so simple. So this is what the die makes. It's about 3/4 of an inch deep to give you that box. And then the smaller one, creates just a little tiny dinky one. Look,
yeah.
how cute is that? You know, if any of you fellas out there have got a question to ask.
What sort of question?
What about a nice personal box to pop
oof,
it in?
that sort of question.
Yeah, that
Wow.
sort of question. How nice would it be?
Yeah.
And I've just decorated this one up. So I've got the bits to do the same, but I want to show you how to extend it. So all I've done is mat and layer for the top. And then I've popped some red line tape again all the way round, and you decorate again as you wish. You can make little mats and layers to cut on here if you want. You could add some ribbon round it. I'm actually going to just use lace because I wanted that sort of almost like a vintagey feel. And this helps to keep it together as well. Not that the glue would fail, but you've got an extra sort of layer of protection there with that tape around it, holding everything in place. So again, take that one off. Oops. And then I've just got, this is all out of my lace drawer.
Oh.
I've drawers for everything at home, honestly.
Wow.
So again,
Lace
I'm just going to pop that over the double-sided tape. Just, don't stick it to the mat, Jan. And then just all the way around. And then I'm going to show you how to extend it if you want to make it deeper. And again, you can go as tall as you wish. So I'm just going to snip that one to match there. Okay, and you can see we may as well stick that one on now. I've got that far. So we'll just pop a little bit of collal on there. Oops, or a lot of collal in
Oh,
that
hello,
case.
that came out, didn't it?
It wasn't
Oh,
coming
blimey.
out at the beginning, and
No,
then in true
typical.
fashion, it sort of gushed out at the end. So does it on purpose, I'm sure it does. And then that one, again, is just going to sit on the top there, just to match.
Lovely.
So then if you want to extend this,
Yeah.
because when you've made your hexagon, you're basically working with straight sides. So let me just take the base out again and leave that one to dry. So you've actually got 6 straight sides on your hexagon. So measure the width of the side, okay, and then create yourself a panel that is that wide. Right, and then what I've done is I've added a 1/2 inch onto the edge of it and made myself a little glue tab. Okay, so this part measures the same as the width of the box here, and then I've got a little glue tab that's going to fit around to put them all together. All right, this can be as long as you wish.
Got you.
So I've just gone a couple of inches, I think. Okay, but you know, if you're wanting to put sort of a bottle in it, go for your full length of your A4, and you could actually make something big enough. And again, reinforce this. All right, so you could cut the box out again and just trim the edges off it, cut it just a wee bit smaller and stick it inside to reinforce it, and you could end up with a really tall one of these. So all I'm going to do with this is literally put some tape. Again, I'm using the red line tape just because it dries quickly. And this time I'm going level, rather than round the centre when I did the lace, I want to go right round that bottom edge this time. So I may as well do it all in one go, because we know we're going to put a piece on each side. And I've put 6 pieces that are the same size. So the width of the actual panel on the box by the height of whatever you want your finished box to be. And it's as simple as that. Remembering to just add a 1/2 inch on the width, score it at 1/2 inch and make yourself a little glue tab. So all we're going to do then is take off the liner. Again, get it off your hand because it sticks like heaven. And then literally, I'm just going to line up the bottom edge of the box. I'm sticking it over what was the original box. You can, if you want to make it a feature, stick it on the inside. So if you like this idea of the base around the bottom,
Yes.
maybe if you're doing it two-tone in a different colour, you can stick them on the inside. But because I've gone with the same card, I'm going to pop them on the outside. Obviously, if you're popping it on the inside, then you would pop your tape on the inside. Now then, I don't want that bit to stick down, so I'm just going to grab one of those bits of acetate that I was using earlier, because that last tab is going to need to tuck inside there. So then when we've got to this one, I'm going to take off my glue tab, all right, and I'm going to go with the next. I've got 6 of these cut out ready, and the next one's going to stick to the glue tab and then carry on around that base there. And then again, you're just repeating what you've done 6 times. So around the corner,
Yeah.
the next one's going to stick. And again, when I'm sticking these together, I leave the score line showing.
Yes.
So you're going to butt that up to the edge there, and you can still see the score line where you've bent that glue tab. And then again, line it up with the bottom of your box.
That's what I love about this, our little channel here, is because Mary Lee sort of asked a question, then all of a sudden you got a full-on designated demo to answer your question. I mean, there's not many channels out there that can do that. But yeah, it was a great timing of question, Mary Lee. Great timing of question, yeah.
And again, just bring it round. And then you're literally just repeating that same thing on each of the 6 sides. So just up to that score line there. Yep, and then line it up with that bottom edge of the base. Give it a nice rub to make sure it's all adhered. And then the reason I tuck this in here is because on this last piece, we're going to need to tuck that last glue tab underneath. So I didn't want it to stick totally. So again, I'm just going to repeat that same action on that last piece. I'm going to take this off ready. Okay. And then take out my piece of acetate that was just holding that open. Finish that last one off. And then that little glue tab is going to stick inside that first piece where you started. So you've now actually extended it from being that little narrow box. Perfect. And your lid will still fit on top of there to make yourself a deeper one.
That's great.
And this, as I say, can be as tall as you wish.
Yes.
So just make it the width of the panel and then extend it to however tall you want the box to. Same with the little one. If you wanted to make this one bigger, you would just again measure the width of this little tiny panel here, add on your 1/2 inch for your glue tab and take it as tall as you wish. So that one would just be the right size to stack maybe 2 or 3 of those nice little nutty chocolates in.
Ah, yes, I know the ones you mean.
And then again, all I was going to do was wrap it together with a little bit of twine, and I'd made a little tiny hexagon tag just to finish it off.
Fantastic.
Okey-dokes.
That is the Hexagon box, of course. If you want to add that into your basket, all of the double-sided dies, the dimensional dies, are half price for you. So $14.99 if you want to go for the hexagonal, making you the 2 different sizes. But as we've seen, you can make them as deep as you want them to be, really. $14.99 or $19.99 for that hexagon. And we've got them available in the different sizes for you as well, including the rectangle. You've got the square and also the triangle in there as well. All half price deals for you. Right, it is that point to get you voting, because there's been a lot of demos over the course of the last hour and 50 minutes, and we're going to give you about 5 minutes or so to get your votes in for your favourite. But what were the demos? I hear you cry.
Oh, I'm just literally just tying that one together.
Oh, she's still just tying the last
so
one
that it can go in the lineup.
Yeah.
Literally there with the bow on. Trim that off. And I've got my little tag, just pull that up to the top. So that was the double-sided. So shall we do them in the order that we made them?
We best do, because I'll get in trouble otherwise.
So number 1 then, was right at the top of the show, was that lovely starter kit with the ornate gift books with them lovely die-cut sides on there. So that was number 1.
Okay.
Then we did the infinity box.
Ooh, yeah.
So with that lovely closure, that fancy closure on there and the overlapping panels. That was number 2 with the cake shop on there. Number 3 didn't quite get finished because there was a lot of sticking involved, but it was actually the pop-up box. It just needs some more flowers in to fill it up, but you've got the idea of that, and then you've got that lovely panel on the back to write your greeting. So that was number 3. And then number 4, we've just made that lovely double-sided hexagon gift box, and I've just literally stacked them together with a little bit of twine and your tag on there, just as a nice little touch to finish it off. So that was number 4. Okie dokes.
So there you go. Pick your box and vote 1, 2, 3 or 4. We'll give you 5 minutes to get voting for your demo of the show. Let's just run you through some of the other deals that we've got for you. The decorative boxes proving really, really popular, and I'm not surprised because these are just super, super versatile. Love the fact that you've got the 3 different size boxes. So you've got your milk carton, you've also got your pick-a-nick box, baby, and then you've got your infinity box as well. So again, you get all of the worker dies to be able to create these boxes, which come with decorations anyway. So you've got like all of those included within the collection to make up those boxes, and then all of the decorative elements as well. There's so much in here, and as I said earlier on, you've pretty much got something for every occasion, because you've got the Love and Roses here, which is perhaps a little bit more vintage, a little bit more grown up, if you like, potentially. You've got stamps and dies with all of these as well, don't forget. And then you've got things like your special day. So if you need to create a box for a birthday, an anniversary, that one is absolutely perfect. This is the one that we've got here on the Infinity box, which is sweet cupcakes. And like you said, the box there, pretty good size if you wanted just to sneak in a little cupcake in there, if you fancy giving a cake to a friend. You've then got your garden shed, which is absolutely gorgeous if you're looking for more sort of projects for that man in your life. If you want to build a beach hut, you've got your Life's a Beach. Then you've got your sweet shop, your candy store. Again, there's so many dies and stamps, and there's 28 in that collection. This is the one here, which is Home Sweet Home, which is the little picnic box that we've got here with the picket fence and the tree and the apples and the bunting going around there, which is stunning. And then we are back to the Love and Roses. So you get all of those included with that. You get all of the worker dies and an extra £5 or $5 off if you're buying the whole bundle. And on top of that, we give you this one here, which is your birthday parade. That is free, worth $14.99 or $17.99. That's why the deal is phenomenal today on this. £82 or $111. Look at the saving that you're making, $102.89 or $111.89 if you're shopping with us. And wherever you are within Club Inspire, you can take that off. If you're Platinum, $65.60 or $88.80 is the deal on that. Just very quickly to show you the bonbon box and the, I like saying that, the bonbon box. It's quite fun to say, isn't it? Bonbon box. Faster you say it as well. The bonbon box and also the gift carton box. Now the bonbon box. These, right. So again, with these, if you're not wanting to spend a fortune today, if you're sort of dipping your toe in the world of kind of building your own boxes, these are brilliant because these are £35 or $40. You got them today for £10 or $20. So your bonbon box. Sorry. Like a dog with a bone.
You could get into trouble if you carried on with that. It could go somewhere you might not want. Bonbon box. It could
oh, right, yeah. The bonbon. I'll stop saying it then. This box is the aforementioned bonbon box. And then we've got the gift carton box as well. We'll see these with Jan in just a second. But again, oh, sorry, we've got the favourite box. I'm getting so many boxes. So many boxes. There's the favourite box. And again, you can see on that one, you've got the metal workings and then all of those to be able to decorate. Quite nice one. You've got a little crown and the heart and the key on there and the little lock for the key as well, which is quite cute. So you've got your bonbon and your carton box. Those are £10 or $20. Take off your Platinum, that's £8 or $16. So those really are a knock it out of the park kind of price for you. And then also, we've got, shall I bend down and get them, or we're going to look at them with Jan? We've got the faceted favour box. So this brings you the little bauble and the little faceted box itself. Is that right? Yes.
It does, yes. Yeah, and these are really cute. I just think these are gorgeous for any occasion. They would make such a great wedding favours. You can got those lovely, I've got one of those white trees with just the branches on at home to have these hung on maybe. Or, you know, they could be Christmas tree ornaments, they could be Easter gifts, whatever you want. And again, I was going to have a demo with, oops-a-daisy, I need to stick that back in. Running out of time on there, but yeah, but then again, you know, just got some different ideas of how to decorate them, you know, so you get all the different cutting elements in your kit. So again, they've got the cream and the black there, but you can see the different designs. You've got a floral one, you've got that lovely trellis one, there's the abstract one. So these all come with your kit. Again, use your papers. You know, if you don't want to use that detail, you can just cut your papers into there. And again, you've got them detailed, and it just opens up. If you leave one side open, yeah, and that one's not actually got any open, but if you actually leave one of them open, you can just lift them. There we go, look, just to pop your gift in. And there is, you know, there's room in there to pop a little gift inside it. Yeah. But it just all fits together, and again, that die's done all the work. So that's your little favour. And then this is the one I was going to demo for you. No, run out of time. Okay, but this one's your faceted, and I just think this is stunning. I love this. It's like you look at it and think, how on earth And again, it's cut from 2 pieces. You get a top and a bottom, and it's all stuck together. And again, you can see if you leave one part of it open, you've got room to actually pop a little gift in there. So we'll just pop that one back together. So that's done in the red. It looks equally, I love this one in the black and silver there.
Yes.
So using some of our butterfly numbers on there just to add some detail. And again, the little panels come with your die. So you've got that option to cut those decorative panels. Your acetate windows in there, craft card and you know, more shabby paper on there just gives it a completely different look. And then we've got one that's been done with the design papers, very spring-like, nice and sort of warm colours on that one. Again, decorate however you wish. So if we get a chance on another show, I will bring that one back and I'll demo it at another date, okay? So that's your faceted favour boxes. Lovely.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I particularly love in this collection the little baubles as well. My mum, I think I said previously, my mum always has a little tree, I think similar to the one that Jan was talking about there, that she decorates at Easter time. I think these would be perfect for little decorations for that as well. But yeah, it's a lovely collection. 2208 or 2548, saving 15% today. Just before we announce the winner of the demo of the show, because I have the results in front of me. Woo! Let's have a look at some of the things that you have been making. And Cindy has been making this beautiful pop-up box. Now that is full, bursting full of flowers and butterflies, isn't it?
This is it. Once you get them full up like that,
Yeah.
they look stunning, don't they? And the bow on there, if you had this set right from the very beginning, the
Yes.
bow was part of the collection.
Vaguely remember that.
So if you've got that, that looks great. If you haven't, make a ribbon bow. You might have got another die. You can use all sorts on the front of them, but gorgeous.
And then another one. Is that with the pop-up box as well? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. With the 30th birthday or anniversary going on there.
Numbers
Gorgeous.
put on it. Yeah, that's fantastic. Again, using it with other things in your stash, you know, mixing and matching it with whatever you've got in there.
And Michelle has been using those decorative boxes to create a little sweetie shop. I love the awning
The
sticking
little milk
out.
carton, that's gorgeous, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's so much fun to play with. As I say, the box is actually sort of, when you've made the box, that fades into the background because the fun is the decorating
Absolutely
side
right.
of it as to how you want to bring it together.
What
Beautiful.
a joy. Thank you for all of those pictures. We love to see what you've been up to. It is great to see that you're having fun with all of the goodies that we bring you here at Crafters Companion. If you have got stuff in your baskets and your carts, make sure you check out because we're going to be leaving in just a couple of moments' time. Don't do that thing where you go away and then forget that they're in there and you miss out. So if you have got stuff in your baskets, you'll be able to check out because we are going in about 2 minutes' time. But before that, you say, what's the demo of the show? What was the winner? Jan, you might have to line these up again so we can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. So number 1 was the ornate box, 2 was the infinity box, 3 was the box with the flowers in, and 4 was the hexagon. What do you think the winner?
A few flowers short of a
was?
garden there, but
It is. That's what they say about me. He's a few flowers short of a garden, that bloke. The winner, even though you are a few flowers short, is number 3.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Fabulous. I might have to stick a few more flowers in it when I get 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll fill it up so that it's full.
Yeah, she'll get
Thank you very much.
crafty watering can out, give it a water, and the flowers will.
And some more will grow
flowers
on the
will
way.
pop up. Yeah. Hey, brilliant. That card will be
Thank
going up
you.
against Bernie's cushion for demo of the day a little bit
Ooh.
later on in Second Chance Sunday, where we'll also be crowning the winner of demo of the week. Bernie, of course, is our current champion. So will she be able to make it 2 weeks on the trot? We will find out. And we'll also bring you some amazing deals as well on Second Chance Sunday. Got some really cool deals coming up in just a couple of hours' time. Jan, thank you. Always a pleasure.
You are welcome. I'll see you in a couple of hours.
You certainly will. We'll both be back for Second Chance Sunday. So catch you in a couple. And just to remind you of what is coming up here on Crafters TV, have a look at this.
Make sure you keep it tuned to Crafters TV for the rest of the day. It's a Jan and Ben double bill. You will have a craft class coming your way, and it's going to be focusing on these incredible milk carton boxes. They are so much fun to put together and actually surprisingly easy too. Jan's going to be taking you through that. Then a little bit later today, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Second Chance Sunday comes your way. Second Chance Sunday is basically your second chance to get your hands on all the best deals from the last couple of weeks. What an exciting Sunday we're going to have here on Crafters TV.